Brothers and sisters, Suleiman Rahim here. That's the covenant. Breaker seven seals. True news. Brothers and sisters, I have some technical difficulties, but I'm working around them. Hopefully this will come through clearly. So we need to talk about this. I mean, it's there. They never stand up for it. I'm accessible. They can reach me. You can reach me. Come and get your $5,000. If what you're saying is true, that he's representing Elijah Muhammad, as stated here. Let's move on, because I know there's no time to talk much about this, brothers and sisters, because I know you're never going to stand up, because you're all a bunch of liars out there. Thieves and liars. I'm going to talk about tribulation, brothers and sisters. This is a subject weighs heavy on me, has to be talked about. I don't recall Elijah Muhammad mentioned it one time, and that was a response to a question. I didn't like the answer. I don't think anybody did. And in addition to that, somebody tampered with that. Anyway, it's okay. So when I was a child, I had a series of visions. I didn't share it with my family. Most of them I never shared with anybody until recently. I didn't like any of them. I probably was around about 7, 8 years old, probably about 7, something like that, because mother was still alive. She passed when I was 9. And I was living on Waverly Avenue in Newark. 278, I believe, was Waverly Avenue. I think it was number 278 Waverly Avenue. And on the 3rd floor. Had those 6 family houses at the time, with 2 on each floor. We had devil live right next on the other side of us. Those were the days, brothers and sisters. And I had these visions. And all of them were bad. Everyone was bad, but they all turned out good. But it was the bad part that was so distressing. Because it was really bad, and then it turned out good. But like I recall one, right, where I'm climbing up a mountain, and the more I climbed, the darker it got. And like I was climbing like on all fours, right, like that kind of climbing. It's a very high mountain. I kept climbing. It got darker. It got so dark I could not see the mountain anymore. I couldn't even see myself. I couldn't see anything. And I was still climbing. And I was getting tired and more tired and more tired, until I got to where I just couldn't move anymore. I mean, I had no energy. I was just wasted, and I couldn't see anything. I didn't know where I was at. All I know I was on this mountain. I was on all fours, crawling. I was crawling to the mountain. I wasn't climbing. I was crawling. And I got inspiration to say, I was doing like crawling, like, and I got inspiration to say, just one more stroke, I just put my hand. When I did that, I touched the top of the mountain. I had no idea where I was. I touched the top of the mountain. It was like I pressed a button, and the sky lit up. I mean, it was so beautiful. It was like, like a rainbow would come out in circles, right? Real slow motion. And I went to a state of bliss. So I don't know. I never took crack and that kind of stuff, but I don't think crack had anything on that. Boy, I was like, woo, right? I mean, I'll never forget that. But that must be what bliss is all about. Oh, what's happening here? I lose my connection. What's going on here, brothers and sisters? What's going on here? Hold on. Let me see. I'm monitoring myself on this other device here. So let me see what's going on here. It looks like me there. Okay. Had to monitor this bounces because all my time is taken these days. I just can't afford to waste time on a presentation. Then, so I can see it, I can't hear it, but Let me see what I got here. Okay, I see that one. Okay. Okay. I guess I'm okay. Ooh. It's like the sky lit up and state of bliss, and I'll never forget that feeling. And that's the way you're going to feel in the hereafter, brothers and sisters. Ooh, 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 ooh. And, you know, just that state of bliss, you just feel that way. I think that's what the Quran's talking about, you know, when you state, but and I only felt like that a couple more times in other visions, but not quite as that good as that one. But like I said, it was real terrible. And then at the end was, right? And I didn't like it. I didn't like the process. I loved the ending, but I didn't like the process. And that was one of the easier ones in the climb the mountain, right? And I had one where everybody was depending on me. And it was really dark. And it was closing in on us. Right? I mean, terror was closing in on us. It was about to be destroyed. I mean, we couldn't do anything. It was like, I mean, it was over. It was over. And just when, and everybody was looking at me, and I'm telling everybody, I'm trying to, but no, we're gonna be delivered. Don't worry about it. And it got to the point that it was closing in. There was no hope. Right? I mean, it was like everybody looked and said, "Oh man." It's like I had deceived everybody, and at that point, I didn't see any hope either. Because I mean, I don't know how I can say it. It's like somebody had knifed your throat and they was going to pull it, right? I guess a story about like Abraham and Isaac. Anyway, it was like they was closing in, and I mean, they got us. We was trapped, and they was closing in for the kill. And all of a sudden, the sky lit up, opened up, and then it opened up, and there was this deliverer. He delivers all this at the last second when we had gave up hope. Even myself, I had said, "Oh man," and everybody was looking at me, and I felt so bad because I was telling everybody. And at that point, I had gave up. Right? I said, "Oh man, I was over. I guess I was wrong." Bam! At that very point, I didn't like that one either. I hated that one. Right? And I had some other ones. I didn't know what to make of as a child, right? And they like kind of went in the back of my mind. I never thought about it anymore, right? And it wasn't until I'm not sure when I started thinking those things come to mind again. Unless I got into angels, they was on the front burner, right? But I remember a situation where Elijah Muhammad was getting a theology time, and I was right there. I was on security. I was within 4 or 5 feet of him, I guess. And that was one of the things, Elijah Muhammad was a short man, about 5 feet tall. And I don't exaggerate. I'm not giving exaggeration, brothers and sisters. But he walked in one day, like when it was theology time, they was bringing him in. And I was really close to him at the time. I went on security. I was like in the aisle. He was coming down. I don't swear, but I would swear that man was 6 feet tall. It just looked that. It was all lit up. That was my experience. I don't exaggerate. The man was all lit up, like a halo around him, and he was like 6 feet tall. And I was surprised. I was awestruck by it. I knew something about that man. But anyway. So during the theology of time, if people want to go do some research, like Elijah Muhammad never talked about tribulation, not to my knowledge. And I was with him 5 years, from 70 to 75 until he departed. And he would give Q&A, something Farrakhan would never do, because he can't withstand questioning, because he's a liar, he's a thief, and he's cursed. But Elijah Muhammad always gave Q&A. So you could always, after he got finished speaking, he would like ask some questions. He would answer them. And so there was one situation where, like, now the FOI, right, we weren't supposed to get involved in that. That was for that's lost and found, right? we was supposed to be on security or sitting there, whatever. I mean, but this brother, and I was in my 20s, so he's about the same age I was. I was about 20. We'll see. I got with the message at 21. I got my exit August 21st, 1970, and I came to Chicago. I got my exit in Newark, and I came to Chicago in August. So I got there some end of August, beginning of September, 1970. And I was with the messenger all the way until he departed. And so I said, young brother, probably about 23 y'all time, probably about. Well, no, just is about y'all time, about a year before he left, right? So I had to be about. I was 26 when he left. So yeah, I was about 25, I guess, 24, 25. So my brother, he might be a little younger than me. I was wrong, young. I was probably one of the youngest. If I had a fruit, they're there, right? Anyway. So brother jumped up. He was excited. He said, "Dear Holy Apostle," that's what we call the messenger, right? "Dear Holy Apostle, I can't wait I forgot what term you used to get out of here or whatever, right? The day when we take over, whatever. I don't know exactly, but I know that it was talking about that, right? I forget the wording he used. And he said, hold on, brother. He said, "Do not pray for that day." So I think the brother was asking, he couldn't wait for the day, we get out of here or whatever, because everybody knew we was going home. I don't care what Farrakhan told that BS he's talking about. But nobody talked about the message of the covenant. That wasn't ever discussed. I never heard Elijah talk about it. I wasn't aware of it, particularly aware of it myself. I came looking for Elijah. And the idea was Elijah was going to take us back home. We had a big old what they call a mural, or what they call, painting on the wall, where we had all the MGT and FOI that was on the boat, on a big ship. Elijah Muhammad was at the helm, right? And we was on the ship getting ready to pull off. And all the Negro butts, right, they was on the shore with the devil. The devil was beating their ass. That was a big old mural. I think it was called mural. And that was understanding. So anyway, brother, so Elijah, no, wait for it. And everybody was kind of shocked, right? Because, everybody's expectation was, Elijah Muhammad going to take us out here. And Sunday, this last Sunday, August or October 20th, they talking about that they would put these scientists from this wheel on every other corner, or whatever. Yeah, that was talked. I never heard Elijah Muhammad say it, but the minister say it, right? And so the idea was that if you was a true believer, you was 100% FOI and MGT, active, that you be walking down the street and the scientists would know who you are, and they say, "Hey, come here, brother, sister. I want you to go here, go there," and because there's a verse in the scripture talking about that. It says you hear a voice in your head telling you where to go, right? So I should really talk about that too, but I have to bring it up. So maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow. But it says you get that. Who are they talking about? The elect, or who are they talking about? The thing is that you say you would get that voice. And so, that was taught. Now, whether they gave direct permission, I don't know. I never heard the messenger say it, but anyway, he said, "Brother, you don't know what he said. Do not pray for that day, because you don't know you don't know what you're up against." At that point, some of the things came back to me about those visions, right? And because I never recall a message talking about tribulation at all, nothing about it, right? So a lot of things he wasn't discussed. And I wasn't particularly aware of tribulation. I don't think I even thought about it until I got into the angel, right? And then it's all over, right? It's clear. But the point is him saying, don't play for that day because you don't know what you're up against. See? And that's what I want to talk about, brothers and sisters. That's a heavy subject. And everybody, and the reason I'm talking about, because, like I said, I got to stop assuming, right? Because I asked a question, some people, and the answer I got back showed me that they didn't get it. Because that's one of those things in the scripture that sounds one way, but it really means something else. You got to be careful how it sounds. Like, on this rock I build my church, and gates of hell will not prevail against it. It sounds like one thing, but you analyze it, says it's totally different. It's one of those things. Because say, time of trouble. great tribulation ever. And you say, okay, well, what does that mean? Time of trouble, like never been before. Right? And you got to analyze that. So you start analyzing it, the question, say, okay, so there's never going to be any trouble. Yeah, but what about this hell thing? The hell thing, ain't that supposed to be worse than that? Well, then it must be something else there. So it's time of trouble. Time of trouble for who? Then you have to ask that question. Who? Because obviously it's not for everybody, because it says that will never be again unless this time of trouble is even worse than hell. And I don't think that's the case. So that's to analyze. That's how to analyze every hard until you weigh everything, all the things separated. Everything's clear, and then you touch all the bases, and you say, okay, that's what that means. And see, if you've been studying the angel and you understand all different things, I'm talking about pressure and all these different things, then maybe you would have got it. But I don't think so, because if you're on the same wavelength and frequency I'm on, then I wouldn't have to assume anything. I shouldn't be assuming anything anyway, so that's on me. I tend to do that. Because, see, to me, it's so clear that why should I have to, can I assume that you know how much is 5 plus 5? Because sometimes I say, well, you might find that that's a bad assumption. Right? But I got to stop assuming. That was, because that was a problem all my life. I always assume all black folks, right? Because I didn't make a distinction. Well, I did make a distinction. I ain't call them demons, right? But when I saw black folks with hair like devils, and I didn't call them devils, I had those at the time, and blue eyes and stuff. I said, because we had a thing called what they call Oreos and stuff. So I had, we were going devils, but we knew something different about them. Anyway, so assuming that people just understand these things, and they don't, because it's in what I be saying, right? Because I'm saying, I said resistance means you're growing. I says when you pressure, greater pressure overcomes lower pressure, but it's going to be a resistance factor and stuff like that, right? And so I said, this world is pressure, and we have to overcome the pressure of this world. Our pressure has to be greater. Has to be greater, right? So it might be a little. It might be a little pressure, right? I'm saying, when I mean little pressure. I mean, it's like, for instance, you have an ocean. Ocean got, say the ocean is 1,000 pounds per square inch pressure, right? And you put a balloon or something is 2,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. But those are little small things. But it's going to expand because it's going to, I don't care how big the ocean is. It doesn't matter how big the ocean is, how much pressure per square inch there is. And that balloon is going to expand and keep on. As it expands, the pressure is going to decrease because the balloon is more, more space, and everything is equal. Right? So the thing is that you got this reality as pressure. It says, Elijah Muhammad said this reality will continue. Yaku's reality continues as someone was born that was wiser than Yaku, and that would overcome this reality. And he's speaking in terms of pressure. He didn't go into the mathematics. I'm going into it. So the thing is that the angel, now I said in the past that Master Muhammad is a walking, talking Quran. And he is. But that's what he said, our Quran's outdated. It's outdated. Right? But he's the walking, talking Quran, right? Embodiment of it, right? Upgraded. He still ain't the angel. He's got a master angel too. Everybody's got to go. That's the new reality. You understand? So let me deal with that a little complicated, right? Because I've mentioned that in the past. But the bottom line, this is an angel. So the thing is that you got this little spark of high pressure. But since high pressure, I don't care how, like I say, you put high pressure balloon, anything into the ocean, it's going to expand. I don't care how big the ocean is, the ocean got to give way to it. That's what it is. It just starts out a little spark, and it's growing, and it's pushing. But this reality is pressure. It's pushing back at, so you got resistance, right? See? And that balloon's overcoming the resistance because it's greater pressure until it equalizes. The point I'm trying to get here, brothers and sisters, is that so I always look at this like gears in there. I'll try to keep it simple. The thing is, this reality is certain pressure, but the new reality is a greater pressure. And so it's pushing, but the pressure that exists around just is pushing back. Okay. So the thing is that our nation coming together is that higher pressure, but we have to come together. See, because I don't know, bro. I'm trying to find a simple way to do this because I know if I go into stolen mathematics, now I've lost you. And I have to do too much explaining, right? Okay, you take a balloon, right, and it's got so much air in it, so right, and if you squeeze it, you see that you feel the pressure building up because you're putting all that force into a smaller space. That's what pressure is. It makes small space. You got the same amount of air in here, but put a small space, the pressure builds up. But if you start expanding, the pressure goes down because you greater space, right? So there's no pressure at all because you expanded so much. That's the way people are right now. Because they got us all scattered. So we not any pressure on this system. We have no pressure on this system. None. The system has pressure on us individually. But as a nation, it has no we have no pressure on this system. I hope you understand that, brothers and sisters. Let me say it again. If you take a balloon, if you don't understand it, and put some air in it, try to squeeze it, you start seeing it get harder and harder because the pressure builds up. Because you're putting all that pressure air in a smaller space, right? And then you start expanding again, and the pressure goes down because you got more space for the air to be in, right? And so that's what happened by teaching us less discipline and keeping us divided and having no demons in it to keep us divided. Then we're not putting any pressure as a nation because we're not unified. That's why Elijah Muhammad said unity is the key. So we're not putting any pressure in the system. But if we come together, right, all of a sudden, if we came together as a nation, also that'd be a great pressure, but then that'd be great on the system here. And it may be enough pressure to dispel this system. See? Because the pressure is greater, but now if it becomes greater, we come together enough discipline and Hajj to bring us together really close in unity with Hajj, then we have a tremendous amount of pressure. Greater than the pressure, plus their pressure is declining away because they have less discipline, and that would blow away this reality. I'm trying to explain that away, maybe. And they can't have that. If they see it happening, they're going to take and destroy you while you individually, where you have not put any pressure on this system. See? That's one way of looking at it. I'm going to stick with that for a minute. So you got the first individual that's trying to pull everything together, bring it together for that. So they start a certain pressure. Elijah Muhammad started doing it. He started exerting a little bit of pressure, and they reacted to it right away. And they did everything they could to spread that balloon back out. That's what Farrakhan is there for. Elijah Muhammad departed, and bam, all of a sudden, right? So everybody's divided. Scientology, all this BS Farrakhan, right? Bring devils in, devil ain't devil. So Pressure went down to nothing against all individuals. See? And individually, that pressure, well, I talked about this another way before, but anyway, individually, we got the pressure of this system on an individual, and we might not be able to handle it, but you find out when you bring all items together, right, the pressure on it is, I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to leave that alone. I talked about that in the past, brothers and sisters, so I'm not going to make this a long story here. Anyway, so you got the pressure of the system on you individually. Well, I got to say something to that, brothers and sisters. But if you came together, right, then the pressure on the whole body would be less. It'd be unified. So most of you wouldn't even hardly feel it. You don't hardly feel it. That's why when Elijah Muhammad's around, if you was Nation of Islam, right, and you was 100% in the Nation of Islam, you didn't feel the pressure of society. I didn't feel it. I didn't do it devils. I was working for the Nation of Islam. I was a foreman night shift, right? I was begging through the nation. My car, I had a brand new car, financed through the Nation of Islam. I had a nice apartment in the Nation of Islam complex. I did my shopping, everything at your supermarket, Nation of Islam stores, and so forth, so on. And so, we was comfortable. I was married, and we was comfortable. It was peaceful, quiet. Because we wasn't feeling that pressure individually, because we was together, the group. And so therefore that pressure increasing. That's a mathematical thing I talked about before. Maybe I'll bring it up again, because that's mathematics again. I'm trying to think if I can explain it simply without going into a lot of detail here, brothers and sisters. I'm going to do it tomorrow, maybe. I've done it before. I got a presentation out there. Maybe I can find it. The mathematics of that type of mathematics. That when you take and put individuals together, the pressure on the whole group is less than the pressure than they would be individually. That's a mathematical fact. So therefore, all the pressure you're feeling, brothers and sisters, and I'm going to do my own thing. Yeah, well, you feel a lot of pressure you would be feeling if you was working together, if you was part of the body, part of the nation. I really would like to explain that right now. It's a very important point, but I'm not going to do it right now. If you remember the presentation, or if you can find it, go for it, because it's out there. I explained it very clearly. Right? So I explained so many things nobody paid attention to. At any rate, so individually, you're going to experience one. So all the hell our bouncers catching out here, they wouldn't be catching it. They united. They don't know that. And the devils make sure you don't have any power, because they taking the discipline from you, and that you're not putting any pressure on them, right? Because you're not unified. You're all stretched out like that balloons, It's okay. See? So now you got that spark, that Suleiman. He comes in, unity and discipline. There's two things they don't want. Unity and discipline. Unity coming from the angel, and discipline's coming from the 5 pillars. See? And if that happens, that overcomes their pressure as well as their power. If we put more pressure on them, our pressure factor becomes greater than theirs, and our power, it becomes greater than theirs, because now we have discipline. Both of them will destroy them. Both will destroy them. Because we have great substance, but they have control of it. They control our energy, right? And control our power, right? Because they keep us all divided and keep us undisciplined. And that's just the state we are in. Divided, excuse me. I said that wrong, right? They keep us divided, and I keep undivided. Divided and undisciplined. Yeah, I had it backwards. Divided and undisciplined. And that's the state our people in. As long as you're in that state, you have no power, and you apply no pressure to them. They apply pressure to you, and they using your energy to put power against you, use your own power against yourself. They had us go out there fighting for them in the Civil War and everything else. right? And that was against ourselves because the stronger they got, the worse it was for us. You see? So when you understand that, right? Then what's happening is that when that start happening, and it's happening, like this, the balloons start so coming, but you can't see it like the Supreme Wood says. It's like moist comes up that from the water, goes to clouds. Says I can't detect it. These things are happening because you see the, like I said, you can't see the wind, but you see the reason. So what's causing all this havoc in the world? What's causing confusion that wasn't before? Wasn't before 1990. Think about it. 1990 that's when they decided to go into heaven. They said they were sent to heaven. That's when 1990. After 1990 that's when angels flew. And that was one of the first predictions I made. They was going to do that, and they so did. See, it's the angel that pressured, right? Because first of all, it's changed the way people think. It's a vector, and the force keep growing and growing. And so I keep going and going every year. You don't stop. It's like resonance. You can bring all these things together, brothers and sisters, but it keep on like resonance. Just keep on. You don't stop. Right? And so pressure's building. You see. And then and it's at some point, right? Like I said, resonance. At some point, you don't see it, but everything, the dam breaks or the glass breaks or whatever. And this redness is building up to the point, right? To the point where the forces that's pulling people together, that resonance breaks that force, right? In other words, if somebody's pulling you apart, right? See, then you need a force that can break that. So snap back. You pull a rubber band, right? If you break, you pull it, it gets tense, right? But if you break, this snaps back. And people like to stand in rubber bands and pull. See? So that's in conjunction with Master Farmer's doing what I'm doing. He's working from the outside, I'm working from the inside. You see? Because he worked from the outside to snap, was pulling it, or from the inside to make sure it comes together in the right way. We don't want to just snap, we want to come together in the right way, in the right form. This body comes, right form, don't come deformed. Head, neck, body, that's, you understand what I'm saying? But the point I'm not meandering, bro, but I'm trying to find a way to get to it. So when I get to it, then you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, let's look another way. If you're in an elevator and it's packed, and you feel all squeezed, right? So you want more room, man. I can't breathe. I need more room. So pushing. All of a sudden, you're gonna get resistance. It ain't matter what be pushed. So who's causing the problem? You causing the problem. Because if you stop pushing, there will be no resistance. And the more you push, the greater resistance is going to be. Right? Well, that's what's saying in tribulation. See, Suma is causing tribulation. He's causing it, right? And your unity is going to magnify it. Remember, because that's the whole thing was your unity, so they're going to be, he's math, because he's the one that's pulling you together. But you're going to get help from Master Muhammad, because he's going to break the force and snap, so you come together even faster. Because that's necessary because they're planning. But what I'm trying to say here, brothers and sisters, is that the angel, and Suleiman is the angel. Right? See? He put pressure on them, and they're resisting it. That's the beginning of the tribulation. That's not for tribulation. That's just getting set up, right? But tribulation officially starts, right? At what time? The time that you come together. right? So now you got all that. You got all the nations. See, that's why it's unprecedented tribulation, because that's how you're gonna find out all these nations against you. Because if there's only one nation against you, then it wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be a tribulation. It'd just be a war. All the nations against you. All of them against you. Every one of them. And so therefore, you pushing. You coming together. So now you got all that pressure, and now you got discipline, power, and they have power, and they have, right? They have power, and they're applying it. And so you got these two work pushing together, but the point is, you're the ones causing it, because you're applying the pressure that they're trying to extinguish. So you're causing the tribulation. You're the one experiencing the tribulation, because you're coming together, going to be resisted by all the nations. That's what such as never occurred before for you. Because you never had that much kind of trouble, that kind of resistance, never. Remember, it says it's worse than Holocaust. But in the Holocaust, you didn't have vision. You didn't have discipline. You didn't have power. You didn't have an angel. So you didn't have any of that. You have a light. But now you will have that. If it's unprecedented, that means worse than Holocaust. But you couldn't defend yourself in Holocaust. You have a light. You have a vision. You didn't have any of that. You have it because they took it away from you. Took it. You wasn't going to earn anything. Or you was just going to hell. You was going to work all your days for massa, and the only thing you're going to get out of it. In fact, in many cases, right, you thought it was a good thing you was working for massa because you knew when you died you was going to worse hell than that. Because that's master will tell you that kind of stuff. So they say, oh man, let me keep working. I don't want to die. So I'm gonna work, man. I don't want master to kill me. Because we had our minds totally messed up, totally. And master was cruel. He still is cruel. Even in the Star Spangled Banner, tell you had the grave wouldn't need a rest for you, because the master would tell you, right, when you was on your deathbed, he called all the slaves around, and he'd be begging, Master, please tell Jesus I was a good nigga. Yeah. Because you was afraid you was going to go to hell that was worse than what you was already in. And man was so cruel, he said, nah, man, you didn't work hard enough. You could have did more, you could have put more, oh, Master, please be back. That's pathetic, it's sick. But that's what condition we were in. On your deathbed, Master wouldn't give you no. So you went to your grave terrified. It's enough to be bad in this life, but at least, man, let you have some peace on your way to the grave. On your grave, you was terrified. You was terrified of. You can't imagine how terrified our people was of death. It says that tells you, they suffered all that suffering of slavery for fear of death. That's the quote. That's in the Bible. But fear of death, their fear of death was so great that they was able. They felt that slavery was a good thing. Because at least they was alive. Because they died, man, it was going to be worse than this. Can you imagine that? Some people thought slavery was a good thing. How can you live like that? You're suffering all your life, being beat, tormented, fed, shit, and everything else, and you scared to die because you figure, man, it's going to be worse than this. And they said, are you begging Master, please, Master, tell Jesus? That's sick. That's what they had. And you thought, hey, bro, fish bump, okay, we're going to check you out in a minute. So the point I'm saying, brothers and sisters, that it's your rise. It's just like, a woman have a child, right? A baby, right? It's the baby that's causing the pain. The baby's causing the pain. The baby's causing tribulation. The baby's being born. Same way you. Because you coming together as a nation, you're the one causing unprecedented trouble. You're the one causing the pain, the suffering. Because they're going to come after you. And those people that don't have the angel and don't have the 5 pillars, that kind of stuff. Our people don't have it. Lost for lack of knowledge. When they say lost, they should have qualified that one, because they're going to feel the tribulation. They're going to be torn to pieces in the most evil way. Because that's I'm trying to pull this together for you. Remember I said you get a book to tell you how to deal with each situation. The angel is the light for this period of time, specifically tribulation. So without that light, you're in darkness and you're going to suffer the tribulation. And you don't want to suffer tribulation. You're going to go through it. But your protection is those things. That's why a lot of Muhammad don't pray for that day, because you don't know what you're up against. And even with that, you're still going to be under intense pressure, intense resistance. And depending on who you are, the more, like I said, the more, I don't say higher, right? Right, but you know, you have different levels, your brain cells, right? Because some of the elevated places, so they're going to suffer more than the normal ones. So you can say if you go to the 10%, 8%, 5% rule, right? 5% are going to suffer more than anybody because they're more complex. That's why it says the Son of Man suffers the sins of the world, because he suffers more than anybody. Because if our nation suffers more than anybody else, because we're more complex than all the other nations, then within us, the more complex of us will be suffering more than the rest. Right? But they have wisdom and everything to protect themselves. They protect themselves, they're still in it, because it says it'd be time of trouble when Michael would deliver everybody. But it says he didn't say he would deliver you before the time of trouble. He would deliver you in the time of trouble. So you're going to be in it. It says the time of Jacob's trouble. Jacob in it. People don't pay attention to these things. See? So I'm gonna go through it just like you gonna go through it. And I have no desire to do that. I don't want to do it. But that's like I told you, I cannot change the nature of the universe. No one can. All we can do is affect the quality of it, right? And prepare ourselves to deal with each iteration of it, every season of it. And the angel is a season for now. So you go through it, but you have protection, but you're going to be under great pressure. You're under great pressure, under great stress. Nothing like you right now. I'm trying to prepare you. It's going to be nothing like it. It's going to be, there's nothing that you can imagine. If you think your life's in bad now, whew. And I can't prepare you for it, because like I said, I can't prepare you for something I've never experienced myself. But I can tell you this much, it's going to be a whole lot more than you expect, and you're the one that's causing it. Because that's the price of your birth. That's the mathematics of it. You understand? That's the mathematics of it. Weird brothers and sisters here. That's the mathematics of it. So Suleiman, right, the angel, that's the start of it. And the resistance comes because trying to stop him. Right? And then when the four winds blow, that's when the whole hell's breaking loose, right? Right? Master Muhammad makes, does what he does, all of a sudden, that someone brings you together. Right? He had the strength to do it. 30 years of building the strength up, resonance, putting that knowledge out there, right? Building, setting it up, right? So when the time comes when Master Muhammad cuts the strings that's pulling you apart, false Israel, and the fuel, now he has the strength to pull you together, pull you in the right form. Head, neck, body, instead of some Frankenstein thing. But no matter how you cut it, right? These are unprecedented days for us. But it's not unprecedented time right? Well, it's an unprecedented time for them too. But remember, it says it'll be a time of unprecedented trouble, such has never been before, and never ever will be again. So that's for us. We won't go through it again. I mean, that's it. Once we get through, if we survive it. So it's not talking about them. It's talking about us, because they're gonna go through hell, which is much worse than present trouble. So that's how you look at these things. Or less hell is easier than present, easier than the present trouble, unprecedented trouble. See, once you get on the angel level, frequency and wavelength, then you start looking at these things in a critical way, and then you start understanding them. Because right now, you ain't looking at that deeply, because it's unprecedented trouble. You say, okay, I asked about that, and everybody thought, right, the unprecedented trouble was them doing something to us. They was causing this somehow. And it's the opposite. We bring it about. Now, if we say, just lay down and say, okay, we're going to go along with Master, then we won't have that. Just go along and give up, right? Just say, okay, we're going to be with Master like Farrakhan says, right? Then we ain't putting any pressure on them. We're not exerting any power. So we like the Quran, the Bible says, we like fish in the sea. Everybody's going their own way. No power, anything. Hope you understand that, brothers and sisters. It's crucial. Because this ain't no bullshit here. This is real. That's when I talk like I talk. 'Cause I'm trying to get you to think. I don't want you to hold these stuff I'm going to talk about. No, I want you to understand this is real. This ain't no bullshit here. That's why Elijah Muhammad said, do not pray for that day you know what you're up against. And like me, I do at least an hour reciting a day. If I had time, I would do 2. And is that enough? Because all the nations that come against us, and they come in blood in the eyes, and blood dripping down their chin. Let's look at a couple of these brothers and sisters, and I'm going to close. At that time shall Michael stand up. That's Master Muhammad. That's line Farrakhan, who Michael is. He never mentioned. The great prince would stand for the people, children of that people, and there should be a time of trouble, such was never since there was a nation, even to that same time, and that time, and even to that time, so never was, right? As never was since okay. There should be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, right? So that's what it says here. Other times it says it will never be again, right? To make it clear. Anyway, I got that in here also. At that time that people shall be delivered. Everyone should be found and written in the book, in the Lamb's book. So if you think you can pull off, I got the injury, man, I got the 5 pills you think I can pull off without being, go for it. See how that works. And men see the dust shall us awake, and some everlasting life, some everlasting shame. That means there's another group here that they wasn't delivered, right? And they that wise show signs, the brightness of the firmament, turn men to rise as stars. Always, they that wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they shall turn men to righteousness. This is going tribulation. See, because going tribulation, but the nation of Islam is going to be leading it. That's the ones Suleiman's going to raise up, right? Our people come together, but they're going to be leading it. They're going to try to teach the rest of our people, right? They purify themselves, but also getting the rest of our people ready, because they don't know. And Suleiman is not going to be here to teach them. All he's going to do is he's going to go to the nation of Islam and finish, clean them up, straighten them out, and then leave them tribulation. Then they got to get the rest of our people. That's the job. And it will not be easy. And the answer one of the older persons saying to me, these have been thrown about the road, these going to tribulation, and where they come from. And I've said, see, thrown about roads, white. This means, you understand Angel Key for this, right? This means the ones still captive in America. See? So in other words, that's why it tells you those who kept their robes, they didn't face judgment, because whatever they did under submission to Adam, it's on Adam. You told submit to Adam, so you did submit to Adam, and Adam had you doing things that's wrong and everything, make him shed blood. But that's not your fault because you told Smith to him. So now whatever he does is on him. So whatever you do under his guidance, under his authority, is on him. That's what it's talking about. So when Farrakhan telling you guilty and you weak and all that kind of stuff, he's full of shit. And he is. Literally. Right? See? And so who are these? And he says, and these are coming out of tribulation the great, and they've washed their robes them, and they've whitened them in the blood of the Lamb. So yeah, you need to understand, explain all that, right? Anyway, these go tribulation. Through this they are sight of the throne of God, and they are rendered sacred, serve him night and day, and divine habitation to him, and setting upon the throne with ten upon them. That's talking Master from my. They will hunger not yet, nor be thirsty, never hunger thirst anymore. They're not talking about food, right? They'll be ashamed, and there shall be shine upon the sun, the moon, burn. Because the Lamb in the middle of the throne will shepherd them. He's the high priest, and will guide them upon the life of waters, and they shall wipe out the God every tear out of the eyes. And that's the collaboration between the Lamb and the God, Master Muhammad. See, but Jesus had to go through tribulation though. Then why? Right? And look at this one. And therefore, we see that abomination, desolation was spoken through down the prophets, staying in the holy place, let we understand. And those who are in Judea must flee to the mountains. Whoever is in the housetop must not go down to get out of his house. And whoever is in the field must not turn back to get his coat. But woe to those who are pregnant, those who are nursing in those days. Now, those, Mr. Angel, know what that means. Don't mean actual having a baby, right? More pray that when you flee, it will not be in the winter or on the Sabbath. Now, when I talk about that, I'm not going to talk about it here. But then there will be great tribulation, such as not occurred since the beginning of the world until now, nor ever will again. See? Tribulation says never again. So that means the tribulation, we're the ones going to tribulation. They're talking about us. Because the devils, they're going to tribulation too, but it's going to happen to them over and over again because they're going to hell. You see what I'm saying? You got to understand these things. Right? So we causing the tribulation by how all coming together. And their resistance to it is the tribulation. Their resistance to it is the tribulation. Now, for practical means, assume I'm myself in tribulation for the last 30 years because they've been coming, because he's the light that was growing. And nobody else was. And so he had to fight through 30 years of their resistance to get to this point. And he survived it. Remember, if he wouldn't be here. And the whole world, you see, the world's changing according to the angel. Everyone's getting more and more like the angels. That means he had to bring us about. And he accomplished his mission because you see it happening around you. So you say, oh, prophecy, oh, he said, no. Proper prophecy, right, is that you predicted what's going to happen. You tell people this is what I'm going to do, and it happens. That's a serious prophecy there. See, you have two prophecies. Some prophets in the past, right? They say, okay, God told me, right? But that's not what Lamb is saying. It says, we open the seal, this happened. So he's making those things happen because he said, a new light's coming in the world, a new pressure's coming in the world, angel, a new thought is coming in the world that they cannot defeat. So that's changed like a vector. It's changing them. And so by changing them, that's a force. So they have a resistant force. Try to stop it. And they haven't stopped me yet. Yet the world's looking more and more like I said it, and not because I'm predicting it, because I'm the one that's making it happen. Because every time I broke a seal, these things happen. I want you to understand or not. Otherwise, if you say, I'm just prophesying to happen, then what's making those things happen then? Something's making those things happen. They happen by themselves. Something making those leaves blow. Something making those leaves shake. They ain't just say, I'm going to shake. What's causing the world to come out and be exactly on time is like I've been saying. So you say, I'm saying it, somebody else doing it? Oh, Master, I'm doing like no, I'm not a prophet like that. And you're going to understand eventually. See? And so once you turn on the angel, then you're going to start making things happen too. Once you activate it. But right now, some of you still got that still Bible mind. That's why you ain't getting anywhere. See? Or you're going to go down with it. So, because there's new pressure in the world. So that means you're going to start changing things. See? But when our people come together, remember when they turn the engine on, activate the engine, right? There's unity. Bam! All that pressure, because they come together, all that pressure on this civilization here. There's a tremendous amount of pressure. And you have two groups of pressure. The same pressure, and you have the demon pressure, because they come together too. Not for them. That's why I said you're going to see them, they Samson, they be tearing this country apart. Their war. Them come together too. See? They're affected by the angel, but the point is, like I said, they demons. We don't want them. See, but they got a little original in them, right? But they come together because remember, in scattering us, they had to scatter themselves. Let me explain that one. Okay, you got a group of 12 people. Say 16, 4 by 4. Right? They united. We're gonna divide them. Okay, you put 16 in the middle. So every other one, like on checkerboard, you had the green, had the black, and then the red, or the black, black square and the red square. And between, so now everything is divided. The red square is divided, the black square is divided. So in order to divide us, they have to divide themselves. So they don't have pressure either on the society. See? They don't have power either because they're undisciplined, right? But they have more energy than everybody else because like the devils do, because they devils too. You understand? So I showed that. I showed an example when the black ones come together, then the white ones, the gray ones come together, right? So both of them come together. Now both of them have pressure, greater pressure here. So then you have the demon wars, and then you got the tribulation. It's all mathematics, brothers and sisters. See, but they're gonna be crushed, right? Because even though they have the pressure, they don't have the power. See, because they like the devil. They can't show discipline either. They might have a little initially. They have the pressure. They don't have the power. See, they need discipline for that. You have both if you apply both. You understand, brothers and sisters? So, not being a witness, son, we have a great tribulation that has never not occurred since the beginning as well until now, nor ever again. And those days not being cut short. That's what matters for how many just cut those days short. That's why it's happened to happen fast and naked, right? Because short, no life would have been saved. Oh, think about it. Life being saved. Who was doing the saving? See, you don't catch these things. Nobody was trying to save the devils. Who was being saved? That's Master Muhammad. He's trying to. None of us would have been saved. That's what we're talking about us again. If he hadn't cut those days short, because they're actually planning right now to kill you. We already got brothers just talking about this national security thing, security alert, and now he's showing that they actually make a policy where the army can come and get you. So they plan. This is their plan. They're putting it in motion. They get ready to spring. We spring on you. That's where you are right now. This can happen any day now. They got people coming across the border. All this stuff doesn't make any sense until you understand what's really going on. Master Muhammad, he's got to make his move, but he don't want to make us. He says he might not make us move. Because when he saw Exodus, he goes over there at Farrakhan and said, "Hey man, I'm going to abandon them. I'm going to let them go because they ain't worshiping me no more. They were some mystery god, some originator and stuff." And then Moses got mad too. He tried to burn you up. The only one stood for you is Master Suleiman. Well, you're at a critical time, bro. It's a critical time for you. What happens next might be totally up to you. Because it says the God, and if you look at Exodus, God ain't going to, it says who's going to cut you? I'm not going to cut these days short. I can't do it. That's after Master Muhammad. What if he doesn't do it? Then no soul will be left alive. Because it says, no, in those days, not be cut short, no soul, if he don't move, you will die. Do you see that? It didn't say maybe. It says no soul would be, it says no life would have been saved. Who's being saved? We have to be saved out of this. So none of you have been saved. You all go to tribulation, got destroyed in the tribulation, burnt up, because that's what Elijah was going to do. You got to read this stuff carefully, brothers and sisters. And if those that have not been cut short in life, they say, for the sake of elect, Those days will be cut short for the sake of the elect. See? Who's left with the lamb? So kind of insinuating that the lamb is the one who's stepping for you. Because the elect are with the lamb, right? Okay. Then if anyone says, you behold, there's Christ, or he's over there, not believe him, for a false Christ, false prophets will rise and will provide great signs and wonders. Yeah, like Farrakhan, so as to mislead, if possible, even the elect, but they can't deceive the elect. Oh, I've told you this in advance. So they said, behold, he's in the wilderness, do not go out. Behold, he's in the winter roots, no, right? For lightning comes from the east and flash as far as west. And I told you about Andrew Key, how it explains that, right? So the coming Son of Man be. What, of course, is that a convulsion gathered. Okay, but let's see. Let's move on. Let's read a couple more. But the word that came to Jeremiah saying, thus says, speak the Lord God of Israel, saying, and this fool said, America was Israel? Where in the hell he went, boy, he dug deep in that Farrakhan's ass for that one, boy. And it tells you clearly, Jacob is Israel. He was named Israel. He got the name Israel. And we're Jacob. But now America is Israel. Right, these are the words I have spoken unto the books, for lo, days shall come that will bring about the capture of my people, Israel and Judea, with the Lord, and I will cause them to return to the lands I gave their fathers. See, that's what he says. But Pharaoh called him a lie. He says, no, we're going to return back. But Master Covenant says, right, Arabia, they shall possess it. And these are the words the Lord spoke concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus said, Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. As ye now see whether a man doth travel with trial. They're old so-called seals or tough men. They'll be in the pathetic. They'll be, oh man, they're gonna be full flight, right? Wherefore I see every man with hands on his loins as women's travel, all face turned into paleness. Black folks don't get pale. And for those days of grace, so none is lacking, even the time of Jacob's trouble. See, time of Jacob's trouble. And Jacob is Israel. It says in there, David, but he would live it, he was saved out of it. So he was living to the Lamb. Okay, and for it shall come to pass, they said, Lord of hosts, I will break his yoke from my neck, and I will bust thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. But they shall serve the Lord their God, and David their king, whom I will rise up unto him. David is master from Muhammad. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, said the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of thy captivity. See, getting out of here. Pharaoh said, we ain't right. And Judah shall return, and shall be in rest and quiet, and none shall make him afraid. For I am with thee, said the Lord, to save thee, though I make a full end of nations, whether save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet I will not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. Right? So you better read that carefully. But anyway, right? You're going to be delivered and purified, cleaned up, and raised. I believe it there, Moses. That's the simplest version. For thus said Lord, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. It's us. But they did everything. Our bruise is incurable, and our wound is grievous. They left nothing unleft over. There's none to plead thy cause, right? Because Pharaoh wasn't pleasing your cause. Pharaoh was accusing you. And thou mayest be bound up, and thou hast no healing medicines, nothing to heal you. It says, the Son of Man will come and healing in his wings. Some addition. So this is during Farrakhan's time. All our lovers have forgotten thee. Everybody's against you. All the people that used to be your friends and their neighbors and everything, they don't care about you no more. So all of them, all your lovers, right? They seek thee not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy. That's the mathematics of it. That's the energy deprivation. Remember, they talk like that. They talk about mathematics, not some God was conscious, right? For I've wounded thee, that's mathematics, with chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thy iniquity, because thy sins were increased, right? Oh, you say, no, that's energy deprivation. We're working against ourselves. I told you, sin is when you're beating yourself up, hurting, doing stuff to yourself. That's what we was doing. But that wasn't our fault. That was the man's fault. We submitted, so that's not on us, right? Why criest thou thy affliction? Election, see, that sorrow is incurable for the multitudes of thy iniquity, because thy sins were increased. I have done these things unto thee. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. See, now he said, see, now if you're so evil, then why you getting retribution? Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. All those that's doing that stuff, they think we're going to get them back. Do them as done to you. All thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity. See, now it's reversing. So who's so evil, the way it sounds like up there, then why is all of a sudden it's being reversed? And we're on top now, we're doing all this to them. So all thy every one of them should go into captivity, all our adversaries. And they that spoil thee, who spoiled us? Right, shall be spoiled, shall be spoiled. We're going to spoil them. Doing them is done to you. And all that prey upon thee will I give. And all that prey upon thee I will give for prey. All those were praying against, ripping us off, stealing from us and everything else. Mm-hmm. Right, now, going done to them. Right, for I will restore health unto thee. I will heal thee of thy wounds. Now see, yeah. Messing the covenant, right? He says he come with healing his wings. I will restore health, and I will heal thee thy wounds. Healing. And Lord, because I called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion whom no man seeketh after. See, you was rejected, everybody hated you. But Lamb is going to restore you. And arm shall stand on that part, and they shall plot. There's another one here. Daniel. And arm still on that part, and they shall plot. Pollute sanctuary of the strength. That's what's on Jerusalem over there. So they depleted. They started the pollution 76 years ago. And shall take away the daily sacrifice, and they shall place the abomination and make it desolate, and shall do wickedly against the covenant. And such do wickedly against the covenant shall be corrupt by flattery. That's okay. He's doing wickedly by the covenant because we ain't going nowhere. But the people that do know their God shall be strong and do exploits. Those of you going to tribulation, you got it. You got the angel, right? You're going to do exploits. You're going to be under intense pressure, but you're going to do exploits because you got protection. You got power. You got discipline. You had before. You got vision. So you're going to do exploits. They know their God. See? But, see, you're still going to be under this intense pressure. Shall instruct many, and they understand, shall instruct many, yet, right? Those are the ones that, that understood, right? Yet they shall fall by the sword and by famine and by captivity and by spoil many days. That means, yeah, but you're going to go through hell. It's not going to be a cakewalk. Brothers and sisters, tribulation is tribulation. And you're going to have to apply those 5 pillars and ask for an angel, because that's the light that you need to get through. That's the only light. Quran's not the crowd 1,500 years ago. It's not the light. You understand? That's the light for this time. If you understand, you're going to understand in a minute. Right? Now, when they shall fall, they shall be helped with a little help. Man shall cleave them with flatteries. That's the one say, hey, man, we with you. Demons and those less world life, whatever, we with you. I told you, we got one by now. They go flatteries, they call blandishment also. And some that understand, shall fall to try them, see, and to purge. See, even some of the wise are going to fall for that trick. Even some of understanding, right, to purge and make white, because they're trying to clean. They working. They focus on getting the people together, right, and they get right suckered in by one of these demons. So I guess they pull them out, knock them in the head when everybody's looking, and go have lunch on them. You know what that means. Even to the time in, because it's yet for a time point. Let's move on. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there, brothers. I talk about power. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna run through this real quick, brothers and sisters. Let's run this right quick. All right, hey, Brother Esau, he's the last battle. See, that's after tribulation. We got hell in front of us, brothers and sisters. See, this part of the apocalypse. Apocalypse covers the whole thing, right? See, because after tribulation, you're gonna be home at peace. So it's not gonna happen again. But it's still, the politics is still going on because Esau wants to get rid of you. Let me go through this real quickly, brothers and sisters. See, because he says he's the oldest. He says African everything should be African, maybe all this should be his. He's the oldest. No, you tell me take it back. You're the youngest, but the promise is given to you. Right? So let's move on. So remember, Gog is America, but also president of America is also called a Gog. That's a little more complicated. Okay, next one. Then see the jinn. See, Esau, I told you about Esau against you. He's the last one. He's the last Bible you have to fight. The jinn. You're going to fight him here and over there. Because that dragon will come against you here. Soon everything Farrakhan telling you, once that war starts over there, and they lock the book, they're gonna stop the traffic. If you're in, you're gonna be locked in. If you're out, you're gonna be locked out. They'll close the airports, everything down. They're gonna, nothing's going in, nothing's going out. It's gonna be worse than 911. Once they see when they take the hit and they get right losing that battle, get kicked out. Right? So you got the jinn over there. See, they just got their ass kicked because Syria just took them out. So Syria has total control of the Middle East over there. Right? And now, at that point, right, we know the Middle East is ours. Suleiman has risen. This gospel teaching all the world that if Islam is coming together, there's a force, right? And the purpose is to, right, to get through tribulation, achieve Hajj, get the hell out of here, and what? Go back to Arabia, to that land. They know that. I mean, it's clear. That's the deal is. It's clear because that's what he preaches clear. And just by preaching all the world. So they're going to attack you here. See? They're going to attack you before you even get there. See? The jinn's going to attack you here. See? The ones that's here. So they're going. So the dragon made war with the woman, the one that kept the commandments of God and everything about the NOI. In fact, they white. I already talked about all that, right? Okay. And we're going back and all the building, everything you got there, that's yours. You can come home to that, brothers and sisters. And here it is. That's what the covenant says. So you can check out your own. Okay. I guess they took out language, land, religion, holy places. This is our brothers. Right? That's why you will not find them in the ark. They're under the ark. So let's stay all together, brothers and sisters. Let's go to the next one. It's Satan. See, he's the God of this world. He's against you. See, because he's getting rich off your name. He's pretending to be you. We're Israel. Because when he stopped doing that, two things happen. First of all, he goes to poverty because anybody can give him a damn thing. Nobody likes him. They say, he blessed Israel. So they claim Israel so they get those blessings. On top of that, the Christians hate him. They've been trying to kill him for 2,000 years. Came close to it until they need him to offset our claim. So once our claim is no longer an issue, they're going to get rid of them. And that happens when they get kicked out of the Middle East, right? And false Israel is under siege. See? But they're fighting against us. The ones that's here, they're still trying to stab. No. They're still trying to insist that remember, that's going to take care of, knock out the ones over there. Still got a large community over here. They're going to be saying, that's the flies I was telling you about. They wanted to play. They're the flies. See? They was, no. They was dying. They would find low there. But they would still be trying to tell that lie. They used to see Abraham over here. Because you got more of them here than over there, and they mostly in two states, New Jersey and New York. They'll come together. And some of you gonna fall for it. See, it wasn't them. See, they couldn't have been the ones. Look, they was doing genocide and everything else. They was fake Jews. They gonna call them fake themselves. So we the real ones. We weren't doing that kind of stuff. And the person still keep you blind to who you are. They're against you too. See, they're gonna still be attacking your mind. Prevent you to upload an angel. Never talked about that one before, but now you know. And there's more of them. And they have more power here than the ones over there. Because their power over here is the ones that keep them going over there. That's an all star together, brothers and sisters. And this is all they're doing right now. How they make us look like. No discipline. What's that mean? Why would you want to walk like this? Braids and your ass hanging out. Why would you? Are you a scientist? What? That's somebody in a mental institution. And look at this sister here. I mean, why you want? I mean, you might as well have nothing on. I want to see your ass. Go home and let your husband see your ass. I don't want to see it. See what I'm saying? When you went to the bathroom last time, you take a shower. No, then you just walk around, you stink. You start stinking. And believe they do, because they come to the gym like that and piss me off. See? And they put all this perfume on. So now they put that perfume on because they're trying to hide the stink. They just let me know you are stinking. That's why you put that damn perfume on. I mean, it's thick. See? This is what false sister was doing. See, that's the ones over here. See? I've been telling you about the ones over there. Now I'm letting you know about the ones here. I've told you about the ones here. I called you before. I didn't have to say so much stuff to talk about, bro. So I told you they wouldn't call the flies. They're gonna all the stuff they're gonna do when the plague. They're a plague. They're a plague to America. See? Because they're gonna do all kinds of stuff because they're gonna demand America says help them. Because they're the real ones. The ones over there, they was bad Jews. We good ones. See? And we still true seed. Because they still gonna demand that. You see? There's no story. Maybe I go to watch something all the time. But it's right like, that's not the way our people. You ain't ready for war. Why you look like that? I mean, you saving anything for your husband? Why do you want to look like that? And look like these devils love to show their ass, don't they? And every movie they want to show their ass like, we got pretty white ass. Man, I tell you, that's going to change. That's not our people. Now, there may be demons there, but they ain't demons. This is what false. This is the pressure they're putting on. This is making our people look for the whole world. Ridiculous, stupid, powerless, because you have no discipline, right? No pressure, because you're all disunited, all against each other. Probably mostly because the demons are mixed in. The wolves look like sheep. That's the image. Who created that image? We didn't create that image. You go to the Cosby shows and all that stuff. Go and check who wrote those stories. Who wrote the lyrics? Not the lyrics, but who wrote the dialogue. Go see who wrote that stuff. Well, black people. Who owns BET? Black Entertainment Network, or what they call it? Black Internet, Black Entertainment Television. What's the T? I don't know what it stands for. And they're not owned by black folks. Owned by you know who. Okay? Pretend to be us. He who curses will be cursed, who blesses will be blessed. And this was them. Before he said, hey man, we can use the demons to do this. This look more real. This was them. These are Caucasians. And black skin, they were very popular. Al Jarreau, Al Jolson, He was he was a big star back then. Man, that guy was super. He was a superstar. This up north. I'm not sure which one of these is him. It might be this one here, or it might be that one here. I'm not sure. But he was very popular, making fun. These ain't black people. These are white people with black skin. Right? This is Hollywood, controlled by both Israel, and most of these, probably all of these are Jews. So next one's and the devils. They against you. You see what they did to us? So they guys reduced to nothing. And he using the Jews to help do it with Hollywood. They reduced everything. It means you hate somebody when you change it. The more you hate, the more you change it. And they change us completely. They changed completely. Only thing we got left, and some of us already have that, is the skin tone. Look at the demons. They took the nature, they denatured us. So now you got black folks swirling around. They ain't black people. That's denatured black folks. Denatured. They took your nature away. Everything. Took your name away, your religion, your land, everything from you. Everything. Leaving your manhood, your womanhood, your dignity, everything. They left you absolutely nothing. They're doing it right now. And now, next thing, what they kill you. Because they see you coming together, remember? All these nations in on this. It ain't just them, all the nations in on this. All the nations in on this. I told you, the jinn is on it, because they don't want us to take our land back. False Israel on it, because they don't want us to take our identity back. Esau is in on it, because they don't want us to take our planet back. All of them are on it. See? If they want us to make animals, they reduce the animals, they want us to get it away. It's the devils. See? Take our souls back, put it like that. If you understand, well, you know, I shouldn't say it because then somebody don't get some soul. So just survive. Anyway, you understand? They took everything. So all of my enemies, and these are the ones direct. They're the ones actually going. That says to Adam, do not touch that tree, you'll be unjust. I'm not going to have details about the math of that. Right? See? Because they know your revival is their death. Period. Ain't no right? You ever you ever read devil backwards? With the word devil backwards spell? How about the devil word evil? Right? What's it spelled backwards? Might be interesting. Let's move on. I'm going to go quickly, brothers and sisters. Right? Yeah, the devil, see, it took everything. Our dignity, our humanity, they left with nothing. They left. That means they hate you 100%. Burn us. See, like I said, and it went so bad. They even took the rest of death took away from you. They even took that. They went, like I said, there's no reference even in the grave. That's what the Spiritual Angel says that about you. For the slave, there's no rest even in the grave. That means, and you got these niggas but singing that song. Oh man, they sing it, man. They go, oh man, they get excited, like like they about to have something, you know. You know what I mean? Like they on crack or something. I mean, they whoa. And Jill Scott, she hit him. So you know, I'm gonna let sister on that one. Man. She got other issues, you know. But oh man, they wouldn't even give you the rest of the grave. How much can they? You can't hate anybody more than that. Hundreds of years. And now you want to make peace with them. For I'm trying to make peace with them. Just forget it. That ain't what the Bible says. The Bible commands you. You're doing them as it's done to you. It commands you to do that. It's not saying, I think you should do this. It commands you. It says, do unto them. It says, do. It don't say, I think you should. I want you. You maybe. It says, do. So in other words, you ain't following Allah's will. You ain't following God's will. He says, do unto them. And if we do unto them as they did to us, we in fact, the problem is we can't even do that. Because we had to be as wicked, as creepy as them to do things to them that they did us. Because we don't want to rape their women. I don't want to rape their women. I don't want to go near the women. I don't want to rape my women. If I had a dog, I wouldn't even let my dog rape him. That's how much I think about him. Man, oh no, don't touch. You better leave my dog alone. You filthy little. See, but these are our children. See there? This is real. This is in the papers. They put little ads in. We're gonna go gator hunting. Bring your little gator bait. So they go, and especially if they expect their child, because most of the children was theirs. You couldn't touch a black woman unless they let you to it, and only for the incentive. They had first right to pray and everything else. But they suspect that somehow that baby was not theirs and that was yours. If she had snuck around, did it? That baby was gator bait. That baby was gator bait. You do it to black, maybe it may not be mine. May I be one of them slaves I did, you know. Here you go. I hang out sister like that, all naked and everything else. After they raped them, maybe raped after they hung her. Sick people. See here, beating them. This is out of place here, bro. I get back this. I got that out of place there. Okay. Prison. Sisters too. And this and both parties are bad, but this is the Democratic Party. It was most behind this, and now they got you. Now they got you with your tongue deep up there behind. I'm not going into details about this because I say I'm gonna move quickly. But check this one out. See, he's whooping your ass. But look what he's doing to our sisters. He's going to do her by whooping your ass. Jefferson and Washington had hundreds of slaves, hundreds, and raping the women. And might be sodomizing the men. Because they creeps and they tell you to honor them. Right? All of them are creeps. Fathers them. Let's move on to the next one. We got that one. Where we at? Devils. And demons. They get you too. See? They steal your identity and make you look bad. They work with the false Israel. They upgraded version of false Israel. Remember they was blackface? So they upgrade, man. Just use them. Get the upgrade, man. We can use them. They real blackface. We ain't got to put no polish in our face. This real blackface. They white inside, but they real blackface. They're inside. Use them. And they want to keep us. Their purpose keep us disunified. See, so we don't put on pressure on the country, right? And also teach us. So, like Farrakhan's main legion, Louis Eugene Grant, and went backwards. We know about the demons, right? Half the nation, that's half the nation of demons. That's a big problem right there, because that keeps us divided right there, because we can't trust each other. If you got a whole bunch of lambs, and you got the wolves mixed in, half a lamb, half a wolves. So you got 1,000 lambs, 1,000 wolves, but the wolves dress up the lambs. And they mix in with them. After a while, the lambs will be afraid of each other because they don't know who in the hell is the real lamb. So they keep it disunified. So they don't have no power, all separate. Their power they was grouped together. Look at all these clowns. And that clown, Cosby, whoa. See, all of them. All of them. I was telling somebody, you going to Fox News, every black on there, whether male or female, is married to a devil or lip wrist. Everyone. They got Bill Clinton. He was that dude, boy. He was just too cool for school, right? He hated black people, but he knew all you got to do is pat a black person on the head like a dog. So you can tell a dog, I'm gonna put you down, take you to the vet and put your ass down. But you pat a dog head, he swing his tail, right? You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Because as long as you pat him on his head, he happy. And that's what messed with some of these handkerchief head Negroes. See? Bill Clinton knew he was sticking to you. He had you bent over, he was giving to you all left and right in the middle. All the time. Right? He's blowing his horn, putting his glass on. Like the left hand side with Arsenal, whatever his name is, that clown, right? And just pat your head. And you say, oh, Clinton, he's so great. You love Clinton. His whole wife, too. 3-strike laws, putting you in jail, all the stuff that he was doing, right? Threw you off of welfare. I mean, I didn't say you should be on welfare, but the point is, you need to work. All the time, people, the Russian, the people from Russia, the Jews, and put them on welfare and gave them money, business, everything. That's no story together. Private prisons, all this is Bill Clinton. All it's aimed at you. And when somebody asks them, says, well, why you put black people, same thing with the black caucus you see over there. Why you put black people, make extra penalty, remember, they had higher penalty of black people, because we're trying to correct the black people, we put more pressure on them, because we're trying to get them to be better. Oprah. She got rich off of putting down black man. If you watch Oprah Winfrey show, I never watched that crap. Right? She got rich because she had those shows, and it was all about putting down black men. That's all it was all about. Hell with her. And, oh, see, he did, Mister. That's his. I think they got something going them too. College Scott. I mean, we got them kissing each other and everything else. The question is, who's up and who's down? Who's up and who's down? You know what I mean? See, all the big clown show. Washington. You know any people in Black Africa called Washington? Name Washington. You know anybody named Washington? What's this guy's name? I can't remember his name. Samuel Jackson. Jackson, is it? You know anybody in Africa called Jackson? See what I'm saying? Why are you holding on to those names? Because they are their names. Why would you hold on those names when you know how you got them? Why would you hold on to them? It's like a woman, she married to a beast. She got his name. The first thing she get divorced, she get rid of that damn name. I don't be associated with that damn name. So how come they were holding his name? Because that's their real names. Their daddies are devils. Because they're demons. Let's close that thing. Let's see what over yet. Then you got Hades. Now, I don't know if you notice now, but you don't see them in the ark, do you? Because they ain't. Oh boy, they ain't. Hades, that's what it does, Hades. Because Hinduism and Buddhism won't be anymore. It'll be mathematics. That's why you don't see them in the ark. The one you see in the ark is Ishmael. His mother was Indian, right? He's a half brother. So they just barely made it. They still be on the code of NOI. They barely made it, but they're under the ark in the water. See? So they getting rich off of your intellectual, which has been yours. They want to stop you too. For that reason, because they ain't gonna be able to do anymore. Plus, for them, it's gonna be religious war. See? Because you come with mathematics, they have no parts of it. You know what I'm saying? So they against you too. 100%. See? I can talk more about that by someone brings to close. Right? See? All they brought them over here. I just told you the story. Let me say it quickly, right? Back in the 60s, when the computers first came on the scene, right? They didn't have laptop and stuff then. Well, they did a demographics, right? And they found that blacks, you might not believe this, but they said blacks would be the best programs because they do they call it SIC codes, standard decimal codes. And they do a demographic when a new industry come out to find out who's the best people for it so they can train people for it. So they said, well, they found that blacks would be the best for whatever they give reasons, right? And so what they did was, so Jimmy Carter was president at the time, so they set up a program, and I went to the program, so this ain't something I'm thinking about. I went to the program. IBM supplied the equipment and the teachers. Urban League supplied the with room, right, and the office space and all that kind of stuff, right? And they paid the bill because they paid you, and they paid you while you went. So you went three months, and they paid you salary while you was going, right? And they had agreement with in the industry, in the city, that the top 10% that they would agree to hire them. I came out hot, the first class, make sure I know, right? And so this was after Elijah departed, just like 76, I guess, somewhere around there. And then when Reagan came on, he said, hell with that, because this is a crucial industry. These people, man, they have to pay them a lot of money. This ain't no man. They have some political power. They start waking up. They start Mr. Elijah. We don't know Elijah wasn't around then, right? And they start coming together. They want no unity, right? So that sure kind of discipline. We had a certain amount of discipline and work in that environment. See? So they shut it down. They said, we got to find somebody else. So they made this movie called I'm Alive, #5. Same thing they do with Chris Christ and make you think that the Chinese are karate expert. That's bullshit. Most don't even think about any karate. So he had this guy movie called I'm Alive, and look it up, and it's just Indian guy. Nobody knew anything about Indians before then. There were hardly any Indians in the country. They made a movie, and he turned a robot into made us come alive. Everybody, oh man, them guys are really smart with robots. And so they flood the place with them. And they take the jobs that you wouldn't have got. And they weren't that smart, believe me, because I've worked in the industry for years. I have my own business. And they ain't anywhere as smart as they try to pretend you are, but they rather have them doing their jobs than you. And they know that's what they're doing. So they look down on you and they come over here. Okay? So they're against you too. And then you got these. They get their industrial jobs. Or industrial jobs. And that Buddhism. That's why I call them death. Then they got that unstable gene. That's why all what they call them, mental challenged people now. Just call them Mongoloids, retarded. Why they all look like Mongolians? That's what you just call them Mongoloids, because they're unstable gene. I'm not going to it right now, bosses. But they want you destroyed too. All these nations after you, they want you destroyed, and that's what you up against, brothers and sisters. That's you up against tribulation. That's you up against, right? And then finally, this is the last trick they got just before they kill you. Take the sons away from you and give it to your women. I ain't putting the women down, but a woman cannot raise a man, but they know they would effeminate you, right? You're going to try to be like mama. You ain't going to be no warrior. You're going to be a drag queen, walking around braids, your ass hanging out, slippers on, just bend over. All you got to bend over and grab the braids and go to work. Pants already down. You think that's funny? It's not funny. Just don't understand that. They get tired of the way the brothers act. So they say, well, I'm gonna make him like I want to make him, and he ain't gonna be no good. Because in the fight, he gonna run behind you, and you'll get behind your dress skirt. Mama, help take care of me. Mama, can I come and stay with you? Get your job. Oh, Mama, it's hard out there. We move on, brothers and sisters. That's the last trick before. First, the sisters say our nation. Now they have got sisters destroy our nation. They ain't doing it intentionally. This is the way they send these sisters up. I understand this frustration these sisters have because they have stuff for these brothers out here. Because most of them, like brothers, I mean, it's like catch-22. This stuff happened back in the 60s. So a lot of these women that was married to the same boys they raising, because their mothers raised weak boys and they married one of them, and they can't stand because he won't do anything. Got braids, pants hanging down. He ain't doing anything. Laying up in the house while you at Burger King. Come on, where am I at dinner at? Right? And then he produced a son. He said, man, I don't want my son to be like him. Right? So now I'm going to raise him. And you raising you raising just what you hate, because that's how he got like that by his mama. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. And then this is what they want. They want to stop. This is what they're trying to stop. Tribulation is all about them stopping you coming back in the power. You're causing it, brothers and sisters. Through my cause an angel. They want you to come back in the power. It's the worst time ever. Now, if you just lay down and whatever, then you won't be out tribulation. But if they come together like that, All the nations, every one of them is against you. Your own people are against you. You got the demons against you. Right? You got the sisters against you, those that then convince them that they can raise a man. They ain't doing, I'm not putting them down. They ain't doing it purposely. They trying to do the best they can, but they being used. It's all that you got against you. That's why I say Elijah Muhammad said, do not pray that day because you have no idea what you're up against. I'm trying to give you an idea what you're up against. See? And they don't ever want you to see you like this again. Back of a lion. They want you like a little swine, little rabbit. Okay, I'll say this right quick. See, they don't need you anymore. This whole no, sorry, I'm gonna say shit on it. They don't need you anymore. I talk about the transition team and everything else, right? They don't need you anymore. They don't need you at Burger King and all these places. They got machines to do that stuff. They're trying to figure out what they're gonna do with you. That's why they got to get rid of you because they can't feed you. You ain't working nowhere. They don't need you to work anymore. They moved to and the AI age. Same thing with that's they got you out of the fields. They ain't need you in the fields no more. They ain't do it because you were slaves. They did it because they ain't need you in the fields no more. What did they throw you in the damn ditch? They give you 4 days meals. They ain't get any of that stuff. See, so now they got to either get rid of you or turn you into a robot. That's the choice they got. Because you're not economic. You're an economic problem. You're a national security threat. If you come together, because now you got somebody pulling you together. If you gain unity, you know, and I'm going on. So either return you into a robot, and you already got to have start because most of y'all did Negro butts. You was the first robot, Negro butts. Produced off the line 1619 had a whole assembly line of Negro butts from 1555. So they're going to turn you into a real robot or just get rid of you. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. I'm going to leave it there. Let me see if where am I here? Okay. Okay, that's your transition team. That's why them come across the border. Going to get rid of you. Somebody's got to man those jobs while they transition them over to robots. That's why they bring across the border and they send them back home. They can let you do it because if you figure out what's going on, then you're going to start tearing things apart. Okay, we're going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. Okay, future news out. Suleiman out.